Redefine the art of caramel making. Slow crafted, all natural, and preservative free with uncompromising standards. Cooked gently in small batches to create velvety textures and layers of flavor like no other caramel you've ever experienced. It is our sincere hope that you enjoy each Seuss caramel as much as we enjoy making it for you. I'm Tammy Fahey, and I never tire of hearing how much people enjoy my caramels. Please visit SeussCaramel.com to place your order and to see a listing of stores that carry our amazing caramels.
The views and opinions of the following show do not reflect those of WSMN, its owners, and/or associates.
Welcome to Inspiring Hope with Lois Herman, a leading expert in professional coaching, clinical hypnosis, and energy clearing. Lois is an award-winning author of Chronicles of Hope. She has decades of experience in advanced hypnosis techniques, has conducted highly effective success coaching programs that have helped clients discover ways to achieve success, empower themselves, their families, as well as holistic practitioners to expand their practices. Get ready to be empowered with your host, Lois Herman.
Hello, and welcome to Inspiring Hope. I am your host, Lois Herman, and I'm here to inspire you with positive messages and celebrate everyday people who are making a difference in our world. When we focus our thoughts and energies on what we love to do, we create powerful shifts that cause us to be more positive and peaceful. As we lift our energy, we empower everyone around us. If we each do what we can to make small shifts in awareness, from kindness to healthy habits and simple happiness, we create ripples of hope. Join us as catalysts for positive change for our families, our communities, and our world at large. And I hope you are inspired by today's show. And I wanted to just pay attention. Pay attention. Autumn has started here in New England. The trees are showing off all their true colors. Their brilliant reds are popping. In my yard, the trees are aglow with the golden hues, and the crisp oranges are on their way. I saw several on the way in, driving into the studio this morning. This is a time of change, a time of cooler nights and brisk breezes, a time of pumpkins and fires. We had our first fire in our wood stove this week, and it was wonderful. Love it. My cat and I both love it. And I do love the fall season and celebrate the change that Mother Nature brings to us in our environment. She lets us know with no uncertain terms that we must get ready for the winter that will follow. While embracing change and basking in the beauty of this present moment of now, we are preparing. She heralds the coming of the seasons. So how are you doing in this time of change? Mother Nature is also sharing some of her extremes with us. Here in New England, we're experiencing a drought, and the South is dealing with the hurricanes and the water. Out west, the fires. So the extreme weather conditions are causing so much stress and anxiety among many. And coupled with the uncertainty and national chaos relating to one of the most important political crises of our day. For many, this is a time of a great awakening, a spiritual ascension into what is truth. In spite of what is going on in the world around us, what are you doing to maintain your peace of mind? And how are you showing up to contribute an awareness of honesty, truth, and integrity? Well, there's much goodness in our daily lives. Most of us we're content in our homes. We're safe. We have friends we enjoy, even if it's at a distance. There are things we like to do, and our work can be very fulfilling. Yet, when we listen to the news, there is such negative energy, such fear, such pain and anger across the world, and it's often difficult to keep our energy positive, and doubly hard to discern what is the truth. It's easy to just go about our lives holding on to old thoughts and opinions that were formed many years ago, beliefs that have been cultivated over time based on opinions that we've heard from others, without truly knowing where they come from. It takes courage to think differently. It takes independent work to investigate what is truly happening and discern truth from fiction. It takes looking beyond our personal biases and what we've been programmed to believe It takes courage to ask the questions and to reevaluate our beliefs. Albert Einstein said, "Blind authority to obedience is the greatest enemy of truth." What is the truth in our world today? You are listening to Inspiring Hope with Lois Herman at WSMN 1590 and 95.3 FM. We're here every Sunday morning to cause you to pause, to think, to shift your energy, to be aware. As a hypnotist, I completely understand the power of the mind and the power of suggestion. The way our belief systems are formed based on what we've been taught by our parents, our teachers, other influential people. And often they get them from their parents, which were based on the situations of their day. Belief systems that have outgrown their original purpose yet have been perpetuated because it's the way we've been trained to believe and reinforced over and over and over again. So even so, my spiritual base sessions are quite unique in the hypnosis world. I've long helped people to tap into the unseen world, to shift their negative energy and uplift them with a new awareness. Now I'm the facilitator. The client discovers and discerns the truth for themselves. They see how negative energies have controlled their lives, how the negative lowers our energy and affects the beliefs in ourselves and others. There's a huge unseen world that influences our everyday lives. And once you're aware of it, the power of engaging the positive through prayer and other asking becomes more significant. And the power of discernment is critical. Almost 4 years ago, I was going about my normal, unusual business when I received a request from high-level spiritual beings to help save the world from imminent destruction. These wise beings said we were headed toward the next great apocalypse, and if we did not do something now to change it, humanity may not have much time left. Little did I realize this change would be upon us so quickly. After 2 years of sessions, we published the first book in 2019, Chronicles of Hope, the Unquietus. This gave us insight into the history of humanity and how the hate has affected our lives over so many millennia. Last month, we published the second book, Chronicles of Hope, the Collective, which gives us specific answers as to what we need to do to shift the energy from our world through our own selves, through our choices, through our actions. As we focus on these guidelines for living that were given to me by the collective, it is interesting how timely they are, especially right now. Re, the god of Atlantis, expressed concern that the deception, lack of integrity, and greed exhibited by elite members of our society will be our downfall. He said we must be respectful and encourage truth, honesty, and integrity. That ethics and morality are the signs of a healthy society. Jesus came to remind us of his simple wisdom from 2,000 years ago, messages that have been changed or lost throughout time. He also said that there are more good people out there than there are bad, and that we need to shine the light on the good, which is where this radio show came to be. The goddess Aurora said, "There is so much hate. We must walk away from those who are so focused on hatred, and they hate for no reason, and they're intent on doing destruction and damage. They're operating based on low-level energy. We must avoid them. If you have a feeling of hate in your mind, ask yourself why. Why do I hate? Then investigate. Learn for yourself what is truth. We should pay attention and walk away from negativity and embrace peace, harmony, forgiveness through wisdom. The Archangel Samael tells us to use our own discernment, to investigate for ourselves, and to use our own minds to decide what is truth. He was vilified throughout his tenure, throughout history. There are others that have been vilified, falsely vilified, and we need to pay attention to what is truth. Look at actions. Actions speak louder than words. Listen beyond the words that are spoken that have an agenda. Look to the actions. He reminds us that over history there have been many politicians who fueled people's anger to incite fear, creating power for themselves by channeling that unfocused hatred of the people who become their followers. The universe came through and tells us that we are all one people, and we need to come together in empathy and connection to trust with discernment. Mother Gaia herself said to cultivate mindfulness, conscientiousness, and stewardship for this planet and all who live on her. We must take care of our planet and each other. Anyone who is doing destructive acts, you need to pay attention, and walk away. We must wake up, pay attention to what is going on around us, read for yourself what is truth, listen to both sides, listen from a different perspective. Do not listen to the same source you've been listening to. Listen, learn for yourself. Take note of the negative and be aware of those who are spreading hate, anger, and blame. Look beyond the illusion of what you've been trained to believe and notice those who are doing so many good things for others. We must send positive energy to them to keep them uplifted and strong. It is time to open our eyes, our ears, our hearts, and our minds to ascend to higher levels of awareness, to wake up and think for ourselves, to let go of the old programmed beliefs, the hatred, and awaken to what is clear, hopeful, and watch for signs from above to guide us. We must wake up to a higher level of consciousness and take responsibility for protecting our world from hate before it's too late. If you're interested in the Chronicles of Hope books, you can purchase them on Amazon, or you can even get a signed copy at the website, chroniclesofhope.net. These books are valuable, thought-provoking resources to help your mind stay positive and your thoughts uplifted. There are also many uplifting videos on my Lois Herman YouTube channel that are based on the messages from the collective of unseen helpers. Together with Team Hope, we are helping to shift humanity's negative energy. Help us spread the word as catalysts for positive change. We must shift the energy of our world before it's too late. You are listening to Inspiring Hope with Lois Herman at WSMN 1590 and 95.3. And I'm going to shift a little bit now. For this moment of time, slow down with me and take a breath. At a time out. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose and breathe slowly out through your mouth as if you're blowing out through a straw. Allow your body to oxygenate and let yourself relax. Then calm your busy mind by thinking about things that give you joy. Whether you're walking along a sandy, sunny beach or through a magical woodland path, swinging in your favorite hammock, or peacefully rocking in your boat. Take a moment to relax. When you spend time investigating the intense negativity surrounding our world, it's important that you counteract it by finding ways to shift your thoughts through connecting with nature, with memories that give you joy, listening to comforting music that is soothing, music that makes you dance, a funny movie or a show. Shift your energy just for a moment and allow yourself to be more positive, uplifted, and joyful. Surround yourself with people who willingly lift your energy. A very special person who helps others to shift their negative energy on a regular basis is here with me in the studio today. a Reiki master teacher and author of Blue Butterfly Daily Reflections, is here. She regularly shares uplifting posts to social media, and she offers so much positive energy with her special Tibetan bowl meditations, her sound healing programs, and energy work. I am delighted and excited to welcome an amazingly positive light worker. Please help me welcome Pam Brodeur.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here.
So excited to be here today.
Oh, I'm delighted to have you. You have long been one of these people that I've noticed that you just put out these beautiful little thought-provoking messages on a regular basis, and they're not like long and drawn out. They're so simple. And tell us about yourself, Pam.
Well, I grew up in Hudson.
Okay.
I do have a almost 40-year-old son and 3 grandchildren.
Oh, my.
Who are amazing. They're just awesome.
Yes.
So, and I have a 91-year-old mom that's still alive, and she's, I've been working from home, but I've been actually working over there. So I've been really enjoying her company, and it's been a lot of fun being there.
Yeah,
So,
you're there for her.
I'm there for her.
And I bet she enjoys the Reiki, because I know you do.
Oh, she does.
Yes.
She loves it. Yeah, she loves it. She goes, Pam, can you do the energy work on me today? It's like, absolutely.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, she just loves it.
Oh,
So,
good. And
yeah.
and what brought you into doing Reiki? What was the circumstances that led you to Reiki?
Well, along I've always known I wanted to help people.
Yes.
So along the years, I've had, ups and downs like we all have. But in, I think, 2002, I got divorced.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2003, I started finding myself.
Right.
Finding who I was.
Yeah.
And that I knew I needed to change.
Yes.
So, and then 2006, I stumbled across the Reiki energy, and I think back in 2013, I became a teacher.
Nice.
So,
yeah. So can you tell people a little bit about Reiki? What is? I'm a Reiki master teacher myself. Love it. I haven't taught in a long time because I've been so busy on other pursuits. But please, I would love to have you tell people about Reiki.
well, Reiki is an universal energy that we channel through us. It comes from the divine, or he's one with many names: God,
Yes.
Creator, Spirit.
Right.
But we all channel this beautiful, loving energy to uplift and help and heal people.
I know that people ask me, and back in, I've been around a while, and the nurses used to do what was called therapeutic touch. And people have asked me, what's the difference between Reiki and therapeutic touch? Have you had that question asked?
Not really.
So what I often will tell people is therapeutic touch, you're using your own energy, and it's depleting. And Reiki,
You channel the energy.
yeah, so you get a dose of it, don't you?
So you're not only helping your client, you're
Yeah.
helping yourself as well.
Exactly. The energy, the universal energy comes
universal
through
energy
you.
comes through you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's why it's so
We're
much
just-
better.
Yeah, a channel, a conduit,
Yeah.
a vessel.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. With
So-
positive intention.
Yes.
So you do the Reiki, and then you also do a lot of the work with you got into crystals and meditation.
Yes. Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, I've always been fascinated with crystals. And I have some on here. Elamarian crystal for all around
Yes.
healing. The
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it. It just went
It'll
back.
come. It'll come when
But
we
it-
don't think about it. Yes.
It helps with the spiritual connection.
Sure. Yeah.
So, but I just love working with it, and the quartz crystals too. It helps keep you grounded.
Sure.
So
Absolutely. And back
Yeah.
in the Lemurian days and Atlantean days, they used crystals for everything. Crystal power, that was the thing.
yes.
Yeah, and we're only now just scratching the surface of what
Yeah.
was known back then.
Yeah. And I love getting going to these shops and getting a little bag of rose quartz.
Yes.
So when I see people, I hand them out. It's like I fill them with energy, you know, the
Yes.
Reiki energy and the loving energy, because
Right.
that's what the rose quartz is all about, is the healing energy of love.
Sure.
So I end up handing them out, and I say, oh wow, it's like, this is for me. It's like, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. People
So-
need the love, and
Yes.
you know, from the crystals, from a smile, from a kind word. There's so much fear and out there that just a little smile,
Yeah.
and a little rose quartz.
A little
yes.
rose quartz,
That's
yeah.
awesome. Something they could touch, something could feel.
The feel, the security that it gives them.
Connects
So-
them with Mother Earth, doesn't
Yes,
it? Yeah.
It does.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And then you also do the Tibetan bowls.
Tibetan bowls,
So tell us
yes.
about that.
Well, it was one time I was at the beach, loved the ocean. I was in these little quaint stores, and I don't know who I was with. I was with some friends or family, and they're trying to do these, you know, they picked up the Tibetan bowls, the little tiny ones, and they couldn't play it. Well, it resonated with me, and I picked it up, and it just started playing for me. It's like, and I really got connected. It's like I really felt that connection. So over the years, I ended up getting 7 Tibetan bowls, and I have 2 gongs.
Wow.
So, and a couple of them told me, you know, they talk to me when I do my meditations. I never know what, you know, the meditations are different all the time. So
They're based on the person
They're
and what the
based on-
person needs,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, or the group needs.
Oh, yeah. And you
So,
do the group meditations
do
now
the
with the
group-
Tibetan bowls.
Yeah.
They are magical.
Yeah.
That's one thing. There's a conference that I attend every year, and I think one of the highlights of that conference is there's a gentleman that does a Tibetan bowl meditation in the evening hours.
Oh,
my
nice.
goodness.
Yeah.
People just, you feel it. It
Yes.
resonates through your body.
Yes.
Yeah.
It sure does.
Yeah, so you do it for health.
I do it for health and for pleasure and for meditations, and sometimes I just pick them up and just play them.
Yeah. I know that they're also used for clearing, helping to
Yes.
clear that negative energy that we pick up on our daily basis from
Yes.
listening to things or thinking things, and you
Yeah.
just boom, that little gong
Yep.
changes the energy because it's vibration. It's
The
vibrational
vibration healing,
frequency.
yeah.
Yeah.
And vibration healing is one of the top healings, you know, that we
Yes.
can get.
Absolutely.
The sound, the music.
Yeah.
So,
I know there's a bunch of music out there that has the higher frequency vibrational code to it now.
yes.
And I will listen to that after I've been delving into what is really going on in our world. I talked a bit about that. This is new for me because for years I have lived my world in, oh, I'm happy here, and I'm good, I'm not even going to pay attention. And the result of this book caused me to start paying closer attention. So I've been digging into the non-mainstream media and finding out, oh my goodness, all the stuff that's going on that is not being reported or being falsely reported. And it really hurts my heart to learn it. But what I do is I immediately shift into some sort of beautiful music to reset my energy, because it's very important to keep our energies strong.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why, I wrote this book. I was writing inspirations, I think back in, I've been doing it for a long time, all my life, really. It's like I've always wanted to help people. But
Yeah.
back in, I think, 2014, when I wrote my first book.
I have it right here.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
2016. The 2014 was only 50
Okay.
quotes in it.
Okay.
But people were saying, you need to write a book. You need to put these in a book.
And it's beautifully
So,
done. It's absolutely beautiful. It's one of
So-
those coffee table books that you can just pick up and
Yes,
and read anytime, just little inspirations.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so and they're just cherish each moment, as it is so precious. I mean, these are so simple
Yeah.
and so perfect.
I opened up the book when you talking earlier, and these 3 quotes that I opened to
Yes.
is perfect for what you were talking about.
Oh, let's hear them.
So the first one is, these days, weeks, years sure fly by way too fast. So today, cherish the people in your life right now. Love them and yourself like there is no tomorrow. Our time here in this world is short. Live in the moment and just be. That was one. The second one was you were talking about the autumn and the beauty that you saw
Yes.
and in your background.
Yes.
So when we see the beauty that Creator has to offer, we need to take a minute and give thanks. So many do not take time to see the beauty that surrounds them. Today, take the time to notice what surrounds you and be grateful. And then the third one is, when we try to force things to happen, you will only make it harder. Try to let things happen in their own time, and all will come out the way it should. Live, laugh, and love as much as you can, and bring joy into your life.
Those are all perfect. And I know the laughter is key too. Is people get so caught up in all of the fear out there, and it brings the energy down. So laughter is they say it's the best medicine. And nature, appreciation, that raises the vibration.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can get really grounded in nature too.
Yes. How do you get grounded in nature? What do you do to ground yourself?
I actually go hiking. So
Do
when
you?
I'm out hiking, it's almost like a walking meditation.
Yes.
Because you get so lost in what's around you, like animals, you see the little chipmunks and squirrels, scurrying around. You see the birds, hear the birds chirping and, singing their songs. And you can actually smell the evergreens and the pine. It's like just so amazing.
Yeah.
So amazing.
My husband and I went on a hike a couple of weeks ago, and we sat on a rock for a while, and just, it's called forest bathing. We did our own little mini version of forest bathing. But what I noticed, and this is New England, where there's the long, tall, thin trees, the thin pines. And as I sat there and listened, you could hear the sound of the trees swaying way above. It almost sounded like the ocean. It was very interesting how the waves of the wind would cause the trees to shift in different places at different times. And it was just a different rhythm, if you will. And it was so peaceful
and calming.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Sitting there watching a little ant move, one little ant move this huge big fly. I'm like, wow, that little guy's determined. Well, I wouldn't see that if I had not sat down, taken a moment, and just been present. Yeah. So you're listening to Inspiring Hope with Lois Herman, and we're here today with Pamela Brodeur. And Pam, how do people find you? And we're going to talk in a minute about your Facebook page, and so tell us about your website, your books, and how people can find you.
Well, they can find me on bluebutterflywisdom.com. That's my website, and it has all about the Reiki and, the Shambhala, all the Tibetan bowls. My book is even on there on a separate page, so you can order the book through there too, or Amazon.com, or
Nice.
So you can find me. And Pamela Brodeur is my Facebook page right now. So.
Yeah, we were talking about French before we came on, and so I'm sorry. I wanted to give your name that little French flavor.
That's okay.
Pamela Brodeur. Okay, that's the Americanized version,
That's
right?
the Americanized version, yes.
Spell it for everybody.
Brodeur.
Great.
Brodeur.
Thank you. Yeah, and people need to friend you on Facebook. If you're Facebookers, do you do other things other than Facebook, or is it mostly Facebook?
Mostly Facebook.
Okay.
I do have an Instagram account, but I always forget to go on that one.
How often do you post? Because I love seeing your posts.
I try to post every day.
Do you?
But
That's
I
what
don't
thought.
always get it on
Yeah.
the weekends.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll miss 1 or 2 days during the week.
Right.
But I try every day to
And
have
they're-
that daily reflection.
Yeah, and they're just simple. It doesn't take you a long time to read. So many people, when they post, they're really long, and many of us are very guilty of scrolling through. And yours are those ones that just takes a little pause, and they just touch the heart. You do a beautiful job at that.
Thank you.
When did you start getting that inspired, the inspiration to do that, and how did that manifest?
Oh God, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
A long time
Yeah.
ago. I've always been, I don't even know. I guess when I first started Facebook, I started writing, just the first, hey, happy Tuesday, have a great day. And then
Right.
all of a sudden I was just hearing these messages, and I had to type them, so
Yeah.
it's like, and then, people would just really, oh my God, I needed to hear that today.
right.
It's like, oh, thanks for that message today,
Yeah. And you said if you could just touch one person each day.
If I can touch just one person each day, I've done my job.
Absolutely.
So
Good for you. Good for us.
yes.
Yeah. So thank you for being that channel, that light.
You're welcome.
For sharing your gifts, your insight. And people can find you on Facebook at just Pamela Brodeur.
Yeah.
And what other things would you like to share with people to keep them uplifted, to connect with nature, connect with music?
Yeah, connect with music, get up and dance. I know with working from home, I've been into the country music lately, so on my breaks, I'll get up and I'll dance, or I'll get up every hour and just dance to the music. It's just so freeing, and you'll feel so much better. It relieves the tension. Get out for a walk and do it virtually with your friends. I have a couple girls that I used to walk with when we were in the buildings, but now we virtual. I call them up on our phone and we have a three-way conversation during our half-hour lunch.
Really?
And it's so inspiring. We look forward to that.
So you're actually going out to walk?
I'm actually going outside to walk.
Okay.
Yeah.
With your friends?
With my friends.
Wow.
But we're doing it virtually.
See, I love that. That's
So,
great. Yeah.
So we have fun doing that.
And keeping in touch.
And keeping in touch, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just be the best you can be every day. Be better than you were yesterday.
That's right.
Wake up and say, I'm going to be, I'm going to do the best today.
Yes.
My best today.
Right.
I'm going to be my best today.
And that's what they say is the only person you have to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Yeah. And then raising your energy, being kind.
Being kind and compassionate.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you were, I loved what you said earlier. I was asking you about, you've been reading the Chronicles. And what did you tell me? You said that's...
I said, this is how I've been living my life.
That's right.
For a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the beauty, is it resonates with people that are already on that spiritually awakened path. People are reading it and they're getting different things from it. And it's definitely not for everybody, and that's okay.
No.
Because some people are not ready for this awakening yet.
Right.
Some people are still, as they're saying it, many people are referring to it as that third dimensional reality, and that's okay until they're ready to shift. And then when they're ready, these types of books, your books, my books, are there to help as tools for shifting, catalysts for change. And I know that you also, it's blue butterfly. Can you tell me about the butterfly and what's the symbolism in blue butterfly?
Well, the blue butterfly, I follow the Native American way a lot too. And basically the Native American way is walking in beauty. Walk lightly upon Mother Earth, respect her and all. And we were following the Lakota way. And along the way, I was going to these Native American healing circles. And one of the leaders, or one of the, I'd say, conduits that were, leading the group, gave me my name,
Wow.
But you ask in a special way,
Right.
You have to be ready because it's a big responsibility also.
Right. And are you free to share your name?
It is Blue Butterfly. My spirit name is Blue Butterfly.
Wow, how beautiful.
Yeah.
And a butterfly, they have a lot of work that they do.
It's a lot about transformation.
It is.
Yeah. And it's funny because the name resonated with me because I do stained glass, and it was years ago, and I had done a blue butterfly sun catcher.
Really?
Yes.
Don't you just love it?
So it's the connection, and
I call them God winks.
Yes, they call the winks.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So I know I have several other people. I've been to Native American healing circles off and on through my life, and they are very inspirational between the drumming and the chanting and the dancing and just the storytelling.
The story, yes.
Yeah, there's so many different aspects to it. And you and I have some mutual friends that I know. Grandmother Blue Crow is another one that is I noticed that she likes a lot of what you post. So obviously the two of you know each other.
Yes, we do.
She's one of my very favorite people in the world.
She's wonderful. I love her.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So living that, and that's what's interesting is she and another gentleman were very influential in helping to navigate through this book, and that's one of the things that they said is this is each one of these spirits says, live more on the earth, with the earth, the way the native cultures did.
Right.
We need to return to that way of living and truly respecting each other and respecting the earth.
Right. Take only what you need.
Yes. Give and just even being respectful of the animals. And I mean, we even asked Mother Gaia, one of the people on my team was asking her, should we not eat meat? And she says, if you don't eat meat, you guys are going to starve. But respect it. Be grateful. Eat meat that has been raised with kindness and care. And this is part of the whole organic concept is the fact that the animals have not been brutalized or because that fear is embodied in the food.
Right.
And so then we ingest fear-based food, and then it's all vibrational energy, and then we bring that fear into our body. So this is part of what we don't really hear about the organic and the native way of doing things is to appreciate the energy in everything.
Right.
Because what we hear, see, think, do, and say creates vibrational energy. And when we surround ourselves with people who are uplifting and doing uplifting vibrational energy shifting things, it creates a whole new state of awareness in our being.
It sure does.
Yeah. So are there any circles that you attend on a regular basis that people would know about?
Not recently since the COVID.
Yeah.
But
I do know my friend Kent. He's been on the show before. He holds a circle the third Sunday of every month. And I'm going to have to refer you to him, and I'm not even sure. I should have written down how to get a hold of him. But you know what? It is on our Facebook page.
Okay.
He's on our Facebook page. So I have a Chronicles of Hope, The Messages is the Facebook page if you're a Facebooker, that we are posting messages from them, other insights, and connecting other people of like mind. So you're listening to Inspiring Hope this morning with Lois Herman. We're here every Sunday morning and to shine the light on all the wonderful people that are out there. That just, we don't have to be anybody rich or famous. We're just doing the simple joy, the simple things that we're called to do. And each of us has our own mission, our passion, our love, are the things that we do to inspire others. And as we inspire others, guess what? It inspires us, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So tell us more. Tell us, do you have any plans for more books or what's on the horizon? Are you free to say?
I am thinking about writing a new book. I just don't know what it's about yet. But
Okay.
it's been itching. I've been itching to do one. I'm not sure what it is, but I mean that's.
Is it books or music?
Well, it could be music too.
Yeah.
Because, with a new friend of mine,
Yeah.
we've been toying with. He plays the guitar he's been playing since 11. So we've been toying with inspirational music, but not only inspirational, but more soul-filled music where people can find themselves.
Right.
So we've been. I mean, it's still in the, just the. As the butterfly, the transfer, the.
It's in the chrysalis.
It's the chrysalis stage.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. It's forming.
It's forming. Yeah. We have a
Yeah.
few verses and stuff, and we're just putting the music to it now. So.
I know you said something about awaken the stairway to your soul.
Yes.
Because it is step at a time, right? You and I both have been on this spiritual awakening path for many years, and it wasn't just like, poof, we're there. It has been a step and then plateau,
Yep.
and then a step, and okay, now what have I done?
Yeah.
Right?
And sometimes you have to step outside your box, your comfort zone, too, to get to where you are.
Exactly.
And I've had to step outside my box, and it's like, well, just like the first time I've done the bowl meditation, it's like I was so nervous to do that meditation for people.
Right.
And when I got there, it's like just a calmness came over me, and it's like, wow, this was amazing.
Yeah.
So I mean, so do it. But for the song, I mean, one of the verses is deep in the mountain for all to behold, awaken the stairway to your soul. That's one of the verses on
the song
that we're attempting to write.
Yeah,
So,
you are writing.
we are writing. Yes,
the middle of writing.
It's the middle of writing it.
Yeah.
So the music and the songs. I mean, I think that'll be,
Yeah, and you have
lot of
so
fun.
many reflections to draw upon to create beautiful lyrics, because your guided reflections that you capture both in your books and online. Gosh, you could just gather a bunch of those together and create some songs, right?
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, if you've got somebody that could put the music to them.
Right.
Yeah. And even the bowl meditation, sometimes the bowl meditations they're not usually put to words, or words are not usually put to the music. That meditation allows you to carry, it's a step toward the soul, right?
Yes, it's awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, awakening your insides, awakening you to be true to who you are, and to finding who you really are.
Exactly. There are many star seeds, they're calling, where your light workers that are awakening to who we are. And right now, based on the messages from the collective, we must wake up. We can no longer hide behind our old thought patterns. We have to shift into who we are, just like awaken to yourself. You're right.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that kind of hit me square in the face. Just actually recently, is in the first chapter in this book, the god Ray tells me that I was the high priestess. And I remember I had a recall of being in Atlantis and trying to get people to stop doing something in this great big white room, and all of a sudden there was this blast, and that's all I remember. I didn't know who I was. And he tells me that I was there on his behest to warn people to wake up. Wake up, don't do this. And it's almost as if, oh my gosh, I'm being reawakened to who I am, to do the same thing again, and this time to gather the people who are on an awakening path, and just wake up to remember who you are.
Remember who you are.
Exactly.
Yes.
Remember what's truth.
Right.
Get out of the illusion.
Right.
You know it in your mind, your heart, your soul. Tap into your soul knowledge. It's there. Get away from the illusion.
All our answers are there when
Yes,
we
they
go
are.
within.
Yeah, when they say if you don't go within, you go without, right?
That's right.
I'm full of these little phrases. I can't quote who they came from. Sorry, but they just sort of float in and out of my head. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So, any other suggestions that you would have to help people to stay inspired and to be inspired in this day of chronic change?
I think just when they wake up in the morning, just take the time, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes, just to be with themselves, just to sit quietly and just reflect. Reflect on who they are, and ask for guidance on how they can serve.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we serve, we're doing good.
Right.
And it uplifts us, but it also uplifts the other people.
You're exactly right, because service to others means that when you give, you get. That there's passages all over the place. It's in the giving that you receive, and it always feels good to give.
It does.
It doesn't feel so good to take. So be a giver.
Be a giver.
Give from your heart. Absolutely.
But you also have to take care of yourself too.
Yes,
in order
ma'am.
to give, you have to take care of yourself.
Oxygen mask on self.
Yes.
Self-nurture. Giving
Self-nurture.
also means nurturing self.
Nurturing yourself.
Because this body was given to us to carry through this lifetime, and many of us ignore this treasure that we are given until it's too late.
Yeah, you can't help yourself. I mean, you can't help others if you're not helping yourself and staying healthy and strong.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are reading the Chronicles. I would love to get your insight and what you have discovered as you've started reading it.
Well, actually, I discovered that it's a lot of bringing back a lot of remembrance. It's like, oh, think I've been there before.
Yes.
Just like with Atlantis, it's like I have a book on Atlantis, and I have a book on all that stuff.
Yep.
And it just confirms
Right.
to me that, yes, you are doing the right thing. You are on the right path. Keep going, keep moving forward. Your work is needed. But
Yeah.
it's just so inspiring, too. It's
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's my hope, is that these messages that came to me for people like you, for other people who are ready for them, are
Yes.
that they're inspiring.
Yeah.
And what did you think of the Jesus session?
Oh, I love that one. It's like, I'm connected to Jesus and Mom and Mother Mary, but it was,
Yes.
it humbled me to, I could feel the pain that he was in, the sadness that he had when, he was talking, about what transpired
Yeah.
today.
How
you know.
people have misused his words.
Misused his words.
And,
yeah.
and distorted them for their own personal good.
Right, for their own personal power.
Exactly. That was never his intention.
No.
Yeah. So he gave the, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So one of my favorite quotes from there is from him is, speak the compliment out loud. And I loved that because just saying, you've got beautiful blue eyes, it just makes you feel good. Say something kind and nice. That is a key to elevating consciousness.
Absolutely.
Because it makes you feel good because you made somebody else feel good.
Yeah.
And you just, why not? Why hold back?
Yeah, we shouldn't hold back. No.
And then,
definitely not.
you just finished reading Aurora. What did you think of Aurora?
I liked it.
Yes.
I liked it. Yeah. It's hard to put in words, I guess.
Her message was one of why is there so much hate?
Right. Yeah. I don't think people understand. They just follow. They're just following. They follow someone.
Right.
Instead of being true to who they are, they just, I guess they don't want to take the responsibility for themselves.
Exactly. It takes courage.
It takes courage
to think out of the box, to act out of the box, to think not like you were programmed to believe.
Right.
To really look. And because what she says is, evolved civilizations evolve beyond hate. Hate it's basically for children. It's childishness.
Right.
That an evolved person does not hold the energy of hate.
No.
And she's like, what is wrong with humanity? Why are these people who hate for no reason? Just because, and they don't even know, when you ask them, well, why do you hate so-and-so? Well, I don't know. Just because that's what we're supposed to do.
Right.
It's like, seriously?
Yeah, they have no clue.
No.
Yeah.
They do not. Or they hate because of something that they have been
Programmed.
And if they could just look beyond and look for the truth, look for the actions.
Look for the actions. Actions speak louder than words.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Well said. Yes. And there are so many positive actions out there.
Absolutely.
And there's a smokescreen. There's people who have an agenda, and there's a metaphysical component to that I won't go into on this show. But that's the realm that I work in, and I see it clearly. I work with a shadow side, shall we say, and there is a shadow side that is definitely affecting people, everyday people.
Yeah.
And when that shadow is lifted, then they have a clean slate to look for themselves.
Right.
And I invite people to pay attention to what is truth.
Right. And when people say the word hate around me, I said, well, why don't you just use a different word?
Right.
Why don't you use dislike or, something different than hate?
Right. You're right. Because that's a different energy vibration.
It's a different energy of vibration. So,
yeah.
because hate is a powerful word.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's a powerful negative word.
A negative word, absolutely.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so she talks about walk away from hate. Walk away. Turn the other cheek.
Turn the other cheek.
And turn the other cheek is not turn the other cheek and let someone smack you the other
Right. Yeah.
No.
It means walk away.
It means walk away,
Walk
baby.
away.
Walk
Yeah.
away. Don't even allow that energy into your heart.
Right.
Block from that.
Block
And
from-
yeah. Yeah, she was very powerful and a very, very much uplifting as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
That you need to. She talked about the 4 parts of the being too, which I thought was very interesting.
Yeah. The spirit, the
Physical,
the physical,
the mental,
mental,
and emotional.
emotional.
They're separate parts of us. That the physical, this vehicle that we're driving through this lifetime, we shed every lifetime.
Right.
The spirit is eternal. And that is said time and time and again in all of the historic references. Spirit is eternal. That is your true self.
That is, yes.
And so, like you said, this resonates with me. This feels familiar. That's because your spirit has had many different experiences in different adventures throughout eternity, and so you bring that spiritual awareness. Then there's the mental part of it, where you have an affinity for certain things, just like picking up those bowls.
Oh, yes.
And it just worked for you where it didn't work for others. There was that mental connection that you had with the bowls.
Yes.
That's almost like a memory that is in your energetic DNA, if you will.
Right.
And then there's the emotional. Many of us have different emotional issues, baggage, likes and dislikes that are carryovers from prior memory.
Right.
And so some of that is carried with us in different lifetimes, if you will. But the spirit is the eternal, which is also, and many of them say spirit and soul can be those words can be used interchangeably, but soul has more of a religious connotation, and they have done their darndest to be more secular. That this is not about religion. This is about your spiritual evolution, of the evolution of who you are meant to be.
We're all connected as one.
And you haven't gotten to the universal energy session
No,
yet.
I haven't.
And that
can't
is
wait.
universe's strongest messages. You are all one. If you're hurting another person, you're hurting yourself. Stop it.
Exactly.
Stop it. Send kindness, send
Yes.
compassion, send love, be connected with
Right.
discernment. And
With discernment.
they all caution about discernment. Samael himself says, be
Yes.
discerning. There are shadow sides. There are dark energies out there. Be careful.
Yes.
You must be discerning, because we are the only ones responsible for our actions in our life.
Right.
We are the ones that will be looking at our own life review
Right.
when time is over.
And of course, with every choice that we make, there's a consequence.
Absolutely.
And I'd rather have a good consequence happen than a bad one.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. And he was misguided and misunderstood in his lifetime,
Yes.
much as there are certain people who have been in this, what's going on with society today.
Yes.
We need to re-look and rethink and use discernment.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you for reading, for your encouragement, for your friendship, and for
you're
being
welcome.
with me on this journey.
Oh, well, thank you for having me, and I'm enjoying every minute.
Oh, yes, and you were a little nervous, but this has been fun, hasn't it?
Yes, it has
Yeah,
been.
Well, that's because you're such a light.
Oh,
So if people can find Pam Brodeur at our Pam Brodeur Facebook,
Yeah.
and then Blue Butterfly.
Blue Butterfly Wisdom.com.
Wisdom.com.
Yeah. Or my email is bbwisdom@comcast.net.
Perfect. Yeah, reach out to Pam. If you want a daily dose of positive energy, she is the light that does that for us. So thank you so much for everything that you are doing.
Oh,
and I look forward to someday hearing your Tibetan bowl music.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. And you are all listening to Inspiring Hope with Lois Herman at WSMN 1590 and 95.3 FM. We're here every week. I hope that to have you here with me next Sunday morning, where we celebrate another wonderful person. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, listeners. And meanwhile, look up, stay positive, and be the light in someone's day. God bless.